Hi authors, how's it going today? Are you feeling like an authority yet? Or are you still just feeling like an author who wrote a great book? There's a difference between being an author, someone who just wrote a great book, and someone who wants to really classify themselves as an authority. And your authority journey definitely starts with your book, but it goes so much further than that. I work with people around the before, during, and after phases of being an author. So first, you've got to write a great manuscript. Second, you've got to produce it really well to the highest levels of quality you can possibly aspire to. Then you have to make sure that you publish it and publish it across multiple platforms. Now, when you have published it across multiple platforms, you then also have to think about how do you ensure that your material, your content, reaches all of the markets that you want it to reach. You need to be aware that social media is a part of that, but also sharing some of your content as excerpts from your book, which is already edited and really well established as making you an authority. Take some of that content, take it and use it as excerpts and pieces and snippets, and even put images behind some of the great quotes and the isms that are specifically your particular lines of, hey, this is what I say all the time to people. Take those things, put them into images. Make sure that you are sharing them in such a way that people regularly come back to you and say, wow, this is where I know I'm going to get that information. I know that that person, i.e. you, is going to help me answer the questions that I'm most wanting to answer. One of the things that you can do is use a patent attorney or an IP strategist and ensure that you've gathered the right content that is specifically yours, that 100% you should be protecting as your own IP to ensure that you are the recognized authority for that particular quote, saying, content, workshop, ideals. You need to talk to someone who can really specially help you with identifying what is unique to you that should be protected. That's part of your authority journey. You also need to make sure that you have got some unique ideas that are a little apart from what everybody else is talking about. So let's say, for example, you write and speak about leadership. Well, what kind of leadership? And what makes your style of leadership or your book about leadership a little more different, a little more unusual perhaps than, say, everybody else's book? Because let's face it, there are thousands, like hundreds of thousands of books about leadership on the market. So what makes yours stand out? How are you going to protect your special parts of what you have to say about leadership or whatever your topic is? So talk to an IP lawyer, a strategist, someone who will actually help you identify what needs to be well protected and that remains uniquely yours. Make sure you think about before, during, and after your book. How are you going to get leverage on your content? Because this is not just about writing a book and saying you're an author. This is about using your book to establish yourself firmly as an authority in your field. Think hard about all of these things because this is part of your author journey. And if you need help with that, let's have a chat.